Good evening, everyone. I am Ruchita, your host for tonight. Welcome to this exciting session where we'll understand what to eat, how to eat, when to eat. For those of you thinking, "Arey, hame khana bhi nahi aata kya?" Trust me, this session will enlighten you. To walk us through, we have two very esteemed speakers with us tonight. Firstly, I'd like to introduce Mr. Rajvats. He was in the corporate at a very senior position in a leading telecom company, but he's retired since the age of 35 and now living a life of his design. He's passionate about the subject, and he's here to share his knowledge and experience of that so that we could benefit from it. But before I call him upon, it is my honor and privilege to invite Ms. Farooq Tarapur to start the session. He, ladies and gentlemen, is an Olympian, two times world champion in sailing, has had an active sporting career of 40 plus years. Innumerable awards. I'd request everyone to please keep themselves on mute. He's won innumerable awards, including the Chhatrapati Shivaji Award and the Arjuna Award. He's a flag bearer on this journey with the mission Har Ghar Healthy, Har Ghar Medicine Free. Let's listen from him.
Thank you, Ruchita, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to this exciting Monday session. Today, we are going to be discussing, on what to eat, how to eat, when to eat. But for good health, apart from what you eat, there's also an important thing to do, and that is exercise. Technology has advanced to such an extent now that human beings are moving lesser and lesser and lesser every single day. And hence, it is extremely important for you to start thinking about getting away from the sedentary lifestyle. The pendulum has swung so far in the direction where people are just not moving. Due to this computer age, people are stuck, glued to their screens, and life is becoming sedentary every single day. I'll give you a recent example. I had some problem in my foot and I had to do some exercises. And one of the exercises in that was to raise my leg. Now I knew that if I just did the exercise, it'd probably be not enough. So I had to create it somehow in my lifestyle. So what I did was, I took the garbage can in my kitchen and put it onto the tabletop, on the marble top, okay, and put it in one corner. So that every time if I had to use the garbage can, I had to take my leg right up, 3.5 feet and press on the foot pedal of the garbage can because I didn't want to touch it. Okay, and the garbage can would open and I would, that way I ensured that every single time, I had to, throw some garbage, my leg is automatically getting exercise. So it is time that, I know that you guys, might have your own challenges. You might be busy with a screen, you might be busy with your work on the screen, but try and innovate ideas where you are going to incorporate some form of this, neat exercise in your day-to-day routine, so that you're not only dependent on the nutrition part, the food and all, but you're also ensuring that your sedentary lifestyle, there's no way that we can get rid of the sedentary lifestyle now, okay? That is given. But at least you can find a way to, overcome that problem by doing something unique. Comfort is overrated. We have gone so far into that comfort zone that we want to make everything comfortable for ourselves, not realizing that that comfort is ultimately going to become really uncomfortable as you grow older, which leads to all these kind of lifestyle diseases. So I urge you to, create something in your mind, analyze as to what you are doing. Okay. Get out of your comfort zone, do your daily exercise, find ways of exercising when you're not exercising, find ways of reducing your sedentary lifestyle, and figure out how you're going to keep your body healthy for as long as you live. It is extremely important, to understand that healthy lifestyle is a state of the mind, and it all starts from a decision that you make. Do you want to get healthy, and why do you want to get healthy? If you introduce somebody to the community, we have noticed that somehow there is some magic in this introduction that you automatically start becoming healthier. And I've, heard several stories on this platform where once a person starts to get serious about it, how they resisted that little bit of temptation, how they resisted eating a little bit of the food, how they resisted eating jalebis, how when they were sitting at at the airport, uh, waiting for their flight, they were just not sitting. Instead, they were, taking a brisk walk. And hence, this is what, is the beauty of this community, that if you are in a community and the community keeps putting in this inputs into your head about what is healthy, what is not healthy. So even when you're doing things which are not healthy, you will try to restrict, those actions. You will try to restrict those food, that is making you unhealthy. So listen to Raj very carefully, because I've known Raj for a long time, and he had been into eating all the unhealthy food. I still remember that, when he used to come all the way from Delhi to Mumbai, he used to go back with uh, vada pav. And I think it took him a long time to understand that that's not a good idea to have vada pav. Vada pav is a, is a tasty snack, but not a healthy, not a healthy food, not a healthy food. So listen to him, because he's done it, all the way. He's done the good things, he's done the bad things, and he's come back to doing good things. So he really knows what he's talking about. So listen to him very carefully. Thank you. Over to you, Raj.
Thank you, Farooq, and thank you for that valuable insight that you gave. And I still remember your that favorite line that let food be food and don't use medicine like food, or else you will be absolutely dependent on medicine. And this mantra of yours, Har Ghar Tandurust and Har Ghar Medicine Free, is really going to help people to achieve their health goal. And you know the best part, most of us don't even know what our health goal needs to be or what should be the health goal. So this is the best part about this community, because not only it gives you that exposure and it allows you to choose what is right for you. You know, आज सुबह मैं एक मेरे फ्रेंड को मिला and his breakfast was at something around 12:15 and breakfast में उसने नीचे से 2 ब्रेड पकोड़ा मंगाया. अभी थोड़ी देर पहले वन ऑफ माय एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली मेंबर्स फ्रॉम मुंबई दे आर पोस्टिंग कि दे आर हैविंग देयर डिनर एंड द डिनर इज ऑल वड़ा पाव एंड ऑल. सो यू नो द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज, आज अगर आप किसी ग्रोसरी शॉप में खड़े हो जाओ तो यू पीपल रियली वंडर कि इज ब्रेड गुड और इज ब्रेड नॉट गुड. एंड नाउ यू सी अ न्यू मंत्रास ऑन ब्रेड कि व्हीट ब्रेड, जीरो मैदा ब्रेड, और ये ब्रेड वो ब्रेड. द बेस्ट पार्ट अबाउट दिस प्रोग्राम इज ये न सिर्फ आपकी जो बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग है उसको क्लियर करता है, इनफैक्ट इट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स यू to choose the right health goals for you and your family. And what best thing could be कि अगर आपको यही नहीं टेंशन लेने की जरूरत है कि हम कभी भी बीमार पड़ सकते हैं. So let's see what we have to discuss today. And yeah, so what to eat, how to eat, and when to eat. Now, trust me, as Ruchita rightly said, कि जब पहली बार ये slide को देखे तो ये question दिमाग में आता है कि is this what we need to know? And but you will be surprised what you're going to see today because this is important. And especially after the COVID, what people have realized now that food and sleep has become a they play a very important and a vital role in our healthy living. So food, what we eat, when we eat, and how we eat, that plays a very important role along with our sleep. So today we are going to talk about food. So what is the art and science of what and how to eat, so there is an art and science about it. So आइए देखते हैं क्या है. So what do we eat? So that's the first and the foremost question that we have. Like, so balanced diet is complete in terms of macro and micronutrients. So सबसे पहले point ये आता है कि what is balanced diet? Now balanced diet is something that your macro and micronutrients are there in your plate, what has been required by the body. So जो body को जो macro और micronutrient चाहिए वो होना चाहिए. Now मैं जब पहली बार balanced diet के बारे में सुना था तो मुझे सिर्फ ये लगता था balanced diet means a plate where you should have chapati, you should have rice, dal, salads, एक sweet dish and some pickle papad. This is balanced diet. ये मेरा definition था. Now when I learned this from here, that macro and micronutrients, so carbs, your fats, your protein, vitamin, mineral, and your phytochemicals, that is also known as phytonutrient. Now, if you see, they play a very important role. Now, ये जो micronutrient है, especially your vitamin, mineral, 13 vitamin, 11 minerals, ये बहुत कम quantity में चाहिए body को, मतलब the compared to carbs and protein, but they play a very vital and a significant role in our body. And protein, we all know that we need 1 to 1.5 gram of protein per kg body weight. And then again, the second question comes, what quality of protein it is? Is it digestible 100%? उसकी quality क्या है? उसका source क्या है? क्या आप उसकी DNA fingerprint mapping कर सकते हो? So ये सारे point आते हैं. Then obviously fats also play a very important role. Our entire nervous system and brain is made out of fats. So fats, अगर आप देखो तो there is something called omega 3 and omega 6, and their balance plays a very important role. So I mean, you name any of the diseases, जो भी आप सोच सकते हो, उसकी शुरुआत कहीं ना कहीं lack of this nutrient deficiency, इसके lack के वजह से ये चीज start होती है. So this macro and micronutrient, they play a very important role in our healthy living. Now imagine करें अगर ये सारी चीज इतनी important है, क्या हम सारे इतने aware हैं that how much we need all these things, and are we sure that we are getting the right set of nutrient in our plate? So number one, what we eat, and जब इसकी deficiency होती है, जब food में, because of the advancement in the agricultural practices, somewhere crop yield तो बढ़ गया है, लेकिन जो nutritional deficiency है ये भी significantly बढ़ गया है. Today, I mean, we all have read somewhere or the other in news articles that आज probably जो आज से 15 साल पहले एक orange में जो content मिलता था, today probably you need to eat 6 to 10 oranges to fulfill the same amount of nutrition that was available there 15 years ago. So that's the nutritional gap. So this is very important, the macro and the micronutrient. और ये जो deficiencies है, it causes all the lifestyle diseases. And this deficiencies cannot be fulfilled from this artificial medicines that we eat. So medicines cannot become your food. So अगर आप food को वो importance नहीं दोगे जो वो deserve करता है, so थोड़े दिन में आपको medicine you will have to, there will be a stage where you will start eating medicines like food. So है क्या ये चीज? Now, so that's micro and micronutrients. Second and the most important thing, finally हमारा plate दिखना कैसे चाहिए? With the Zomato and all these things coming up, थाली system, हम वो फूड को तो हम बहुत अच्छे से डेकोरेट करते हैं, बट डू वी नो एग्जैक्टली हमारे प्लेट में होना क्या चाहिए? विच मीन्स 13% ऑफ अ प्लेट नीड्स टू बी फ्रूट्स, 7% ऑफ द प्लेट नीड्स टू बी पल्सेस, एग, फिश, मीट, 25% ऑफ द प्लेट नीड्स टू बी मिल्क और कर्ड, विच इज योर प्रोबायोटिक, and 2% of the plate needs to be nuts and seeds. Now, this is how an ideal plate should look like. इस तरीके से एक प्लेट दिखना चाहिए. सो जब आप इस कम्युनिटी का हिस्सा बनते हो, व्हेन यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस कम्युनिटी, यू स्टार्ट पोस्टिंग योर प्लेट का जो पिक्चर है, दैट्स वेयर आवर एक्सपर्ट स्टार्ट्स कमेंटिंग ऑन यू कि कैसे आप उसको बेटर बना सकते हैं और आप उसको हेल्दी कर सकते हैं अपने लिए. Now, design your first meal, which is very important. Again, as I told you, my friend who had it breakfast today, something between 12 and 12:30 in the noon, which was do bread pakoda. So imagine, kariye, what your body is going through. अभी आने वाले स्लाइड्स में मैं आपको दिखाने वाला हूँ कि कैसे बॉडी पूरी रात वो रिपेयर करता है अपने आप को. सो व्हेन यू गेट अप इन द मॉर्निंग, योर न्यूट्रिशनल लेवल इज एब्सोल्युटली लो एंड योर मेटाबॉलिज्म इज ऑल्सो लो दैट टाइम. एंड एज धीरे धीरे जैसे डे प्रोग्रेस करता है, दैट्स व्हेन यू नीड द राइट सेट ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन, because the body has to go through, like it has to work, it has to get into an action, and that is where the nutritional requirement is the highest. Most of us are in the habit of skipping the breakfast and having a very good home cooked raat ka dinner. And ideally, this needs to be the other way around. Your breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So आपको इंक्लूड करने की जरूरत है द फर्स्ट मील ऑफ द डे, जो है कि उसमें आपके कॉम्प्लेक्स कार्ब होना चाहिए, विच इज मैं इसके डिटेल्स में नहीं जाऊंगा. गेट इन टच विद योर हेल्थ बॉडी फॉर मोर डिटेल, एंड स्पेशली इफ यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ द कम्युनिटी, you will see our experts commenting on your plate over there. So complex carb plays a very very important role. So complex carb डालिए, protein डालिए अपने diet में, and you need to have a lots of vegetables and fruits. Anaida, most of the almost every day she's commenting to people that why it is very very important to have your fruits in the first half of the day and not in the second half of the day. So ये वो basic information है, ये सारे information बहुत vital है. Everything has got a role to play. बट जब हम इससे धीरे धीरे इसको स्किप करने लगते हैं, इग्नोर करने लगते हैं, ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, व्हेन यू सी दैट दिस इज व्हाट कॉजेस अ बिग चैलेंज. एंड दिस इज व्हाट एज अ इंफॉर्मेशन एंड नॉलेज वी आर गिविंग टू द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन. सो इमेजिन करिए कि उनको आने तक क्या होने वाला है, राइट? Now, design your first meal. So there are certain things that you need to add in your meal, which is complex carb, protein, fruits and vegetables. Certain things you should remove from your plate, and which is white bread, white rice, white pasta, pastries, cakes, breakfast cereals. ये वो सारी चीजें हैं जो स्पेशली जिसको हम प्रोसेस फूड कहते हैं, जिसको रिफाइंड कार्ब्स भी बोला जाता है, दिस यू नीड टू रिमूव फ्रॉम योर फूड. नाउ आने वाले सेशंस में आप देखोगे कि क्यों ये जो रिफाइंड कार्ब्स है ये हमारे लीवर को कैसे इंपैक्ट करता है और हमारे ब्लड में जो ग्लूकोज लेवल है उसको कैसे इंपैक्ट करता है. सैचुरेटेड फैट्स, इट्स नॉट गुड एंड वी शुड अवॉइड हैविंग देम इन अ मील. Replace, so there was something that you need to have, something that you should remove. Now what's replace? Sorry. Calorie dense food versus a nutrient dense food. So ये thought process change होने की जरूरत है, that are we shifting our thought process from a calorie dense food to probably to a nutrient dense food? What does it mean? Replace the foods which are high in calorie to probably something which is low in calorie. So जब आप complex carb खाते हो, carbs is important, but you know that complex carb is all the more important कि वो कैसे body के thermic effect food को improve करता है, and they play a vital role. Low in essential nutrient versus high in essential nutrients. So calorie dense food क्या करता है? It gives you quick energy. They often lack the essential nutrient. तो आपको energy तो मिल जाती है, but वो जो nutrition है वो drop हो जाता है. Versus something which provides a sustained energy while also delivering the nutrient. And often जो calorie dense food होता है, they are often highly processed and high in fat, sugar or both. Usually versus a nutrient dense food which is usually whole and the processed food. Calorie dense food is bad for health and may result in weight gain. Nutrient dense food is good for overall well-being. So यहाँ पे हम डाइटिंग करने की नहीं बात कर रहे हैं, हम बात कर रहे हैं राइट फूड खाने की. And example includes a high calorie desserts, processed food, fast food, etc. Versus example includes in a nutrient dense is whole grains, whole fruits and vegetables, etc. So एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देते हैं. देखिए दोनों ही 300 कैलोरी है. ओ हियर आल्सो वी हैव गॉट ब्रेड पकौड़ा टुडे. आई थिंक, आई डोंट नो. सो अगर आप यहाँ पे देखिए, सो बोथ हैज मोर और लेस ऑलमोस्ट 300 कैलोरीज. सो ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड व्हाट यू सी इज पाइनएप्पल 2 cups plus 1 cup blueberries, that is also giving you 300 calories versus a bread pakoda that is also giving you 300 calories. Now एक न्यूट्रिएंट डेंस फूड है, दूसरा कैलोरी डेंस फूड है. सो दिस इज द राइट चॉइसेस दैट वी नीड टू मेक. बिफोर कमिंग ऑन टू दिस प्रोग्राम, मैं बहुत बार, प्लीज एक्सक्यूज फॉर दिस डॉग बार्किंग इन द आउटसाइड. आई मीन, सो पहले क्या होता था, बिफोर कमिंग ऑन दिस प्रोग्राम मैं कैलोरी को चेस करता था. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि अच्छा चलो, अगर एक लड्डू भी खा लिया या अगर एक बाउल ऑफ सम स्वीट खा लिया या एक आइसक्रीम खा लिया तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है. बट आफ्टर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस, दैट हाउ इट कैन इम्पैक्ट योर लीवर, it can impact your health. Now you make that cautious decision कि क्या चीज खानी है, क्या चीज नहीं खानी है. So this is very very important for a person to know that calorie में problem नहीं है, calorie ठीक है, लेकिन कैलोरी आ कहां से रहा है, उसका सोर्स क्या है, दैट प्लेस अ वाइटल रोल. So this is the first part, like, you should know that what to eat. Now, when you become a part of this WhatsApp community, आप देखेंगे कि don't feel shy about posting your plate and all everything. We all are here to learn from the experience of Farokh and Anita Tarapur. इन्होंने जो research किया है, जो ये सारी, so whatever you see over here, there is a intense research that has gone behind this entire program. So don't shy away from putting those plates ka picture, because that's exactly when you know that how to make those small changes and how it can have a significant impact on your health. So that's one element, like what to eat. Now the second element is how to eat. Now अब ये बहुत ही कंफ्यूजिंग है. जब बच्चा छोटा होता है तो उसको हम सारे बोलते हैं बेटा जल्दी जल्दी खाओ और ज्यादा खाओ. जब वो बच्चा बड़ा हो जाता है तो आप उसको बोलते हो नहीं, थोड़ा खाओ और धीरे धीरे खाओ. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर समवेयर इन द 90s, वन ऑफ माई आंट शी यूज्ड टू टेल मी, टीवी देख के खाओ क्योंकि फिर आप भूल जाओगे और आपको ज्यादा खाना चाहिए. सो हम पूरा बचपन ये सिखाते हैं कि जल्दी जल्दी खाओ और ज्यादा खाओ. Or, but the truth is, eating slowly has got incredible health benefits. Dheere dheere khao. Now, when you chew it more, what happens? Enhanced digestion of nutrients happen. Fewer calories consumed, increased water consumption, reduced risk of diabetes and metabolic disease, less likely to become overweight, decrease snacking later, and जो fuller वाली feeling है वो बहुत देर तक रहती है. मैं इस पे simple एक ही line बोलूंगा. From the time we eat to the time our brain realizes that we are full, एक गैप होता है. सो जब आप जल्दी जल्दी खाते हो, बाय द टाइम द बॉडी रियलाइजेस कि इट्स फुल, आप ऑलरेडी वो लिमिट क्रॉस कर चुके हो. बट जब आप धीरे धीरे खाते हो तो आपका ब्रेन भी समझता है दैट माइंडफुल ईटिंग क्या होती है, और जब आप धीरे धीरे उस फूड को खा रहे होते हो, सो वो भी बॉडी धीरे धीरे उसको मेटाबोलाइज करता है. सो ईटिंग स्लोली, बचपन में हमने सुना था 32 बार च्यू, आई डोंट नो 32 और 36 टाइम वी शुड च्यू आवर फूड, राइट. नॉर्मली जब मैं उसको काउंट कर रहा था तो मुझे रियलाइज हुआ था कि फोर्थ फिफ्थ तक में एवरीथिंग वाज इन, लाइक फोर्थ और द फिफ्थ. सो बट टुडे, लाइक कॉशियसली आई एम इंक्रीजिंग द नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स यू chew your food. So that is very important to eat slowly. That is what you know as mindful eating. Now, when to eat also plays a very, very important role. In fact, अगर आज आप यहाँ से और कोई information नहीं लेके जाइए, एक information ये वाली slide जरूर समझ के जाना, because जब मुझे ये पता चला था तो I said कि oh my God, I mean this is what we do and this is what we are supposed to do. Almost I'm like in urban population, most of us जो आप देखने वाले हो इसका almost most of the families are doing the other way around, and hence इसका जो implications होता है हमारे health पे, that is significant. Now, do you know that there is a clock inside our bodies, and did you ever notice it? So, हमारा body का एक clock होता है और body हमारा उस clock के हिसाब से काम करता है. लेकिन अगर हम उस clock को नहीं समझेंगे, if you don't understand the clock inside us, we are doing everything the other way around, and hence we have a consequence to pay for it. So what is the body clock? So हमारे बॉडी के अंदर एक क्लॉक होता है जो कि बॉडी उसके हिसाब से काम करती है. So अगर आप देखें तो सनराइज टू सनसेट एंड देन अगेन फ्रॉम सनसेट टू सनराइज. So if you see the maximum coordination and the high concentration that happens in our body is from sunrise to sunset. Now this is the time which you call it like from the sunrise to the sunset. ये वो टाइम होता है जब हमारा मेटाबॉलिक हेल्थ हाई होता है, हम बॉडी में ज़्यादा वेयर एंड टेयर कर रहे होते हैं, हमें एनर्जी हाई चाहिए होती है, और ये वो टाइम होता है जब बॉडी का मेटाबॉलिक हेल्थ अच्छा होता है. वर्सेस सनसेट टू सनराइज, बिकॉज दिस इज द टाइम व्हेन द बॉडी हैज टू रिपेयर एंड रीबिल्ड इटसेल्फ. नाउ ये वो टाइम होता है व्हेन द बॉडी इज नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड टू डाइजेस्ट द फूड दैट यू आर ईटिंग. एंड अगर आप पुराने जमाने की बात को याद करो तो उसमें ये बहुत क्लियरली बोला जाता था 2 जून की रोटी. नाउ 2 जून की रोटी का मतलब होता है 2 टाइम मील, 2 times meal. So this is very important because during the daytime, which is the sunrise to the sunset, if you see, the body has to support the body function and it has to activate the body function. Versus in the evening, it is repairing and rebuilding. Now what happens? जब आप ऐसे करते हो, so now so see now what is happening is, if you're eating so by this slide you would understand that the most important meal is the breakfast meal. Within 2 hours from the time you get up, you should have your first meal, and it should be a high in protein, high in fats, high in vitamin minerals, because आपकी body ने रात भर अपने आप को repair किया. So morning में when you get up, you are already low on all this nutrition, you are low on your protein level, you are low on your metabolic health. So ये सारी चीजों में आप low हो, and that's when the body has to start itself. So जैसे हम गाड़ी को start करते हैं and initially वो ignition ज़्यादा लेट है to start करने के लिए, उस वैसे ही when you get up in the morning, you need the right set of nourishment. But imagine most of the people that we like, especially in the corporate world, they skip their breakfast. And now imagine what you're doing. Versus evening, if you see, ideally, your body is not designed to digest the food that you're eating because the body has to repair and rebuild itself. Now, when we feed our body with this food at night, imagine body के ऊपर double pressure हो रहा है, एक तरफ उसको repair भी करना, on the other side it has to digest the food also. Now what happens when you do this? Morning when you get up, your sugar level is already high, your fasting level is high. So most of the people who are dealing with this diabetic health, this is the most important thing for you to know, that कैसे अगर आप अपने body clock को, eating habit को सही कर लो, you will see a significant reversal in your diabetic health. Reversal, and I mean it what I say over here, right? सो बॉडी फंक्शंस रेगुलेटेड बाय बॉडी क्लॉक. नो क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं जिसको बॉडी क्लॉक रेगुलेट करती है? आपकी स्लीप की क्वालिटी को रेगुलेट करती है, आपके माइंड की जो अलर्टनेस है, जो फोकस है, उसको कंट्रोल करता है. इट कंट्रोल्स योर स्ट्रेस हार्मोन, बैलेंसिंग ग्रोथ हार्मोन. सो स्पेशली फॉर द स्मॉल किड्स, मैं देखता हूँ कि मतलब वो 12 12 1 1 बजे रात तक जगे हुए हैं. सो अगर वो सोएंगे नहीं, उनके जो हार्मोन्स है, ग्रोथ हार्मोन्स है, बॉडी हैज टू प्रोड्यूस एंड रिलीज इट एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम. नाउ जब ये नहीं होता है, सो इमेजिन करिए व्हाट इम्पैक्ट आर वी क्रिएटिंग with that, right? Body temperature control, your digestion, your nutrient absorption, your heart rate, your hunger, everything has been controlled with the body cycle clock. But जब आप इसी को टॉस के लिए लेके चले जाते हो, now imagine what impact it creates in your body, you know. So as we have understood about our inner clock and its functioning, now let's use it to the optimize our health by focusing on when to eat. So अगर आप इधर पे देखेंगे तो ये एक साइकिल डिफाइन किया गया है कि कौन से हार्मोन बॉडी कितने बजे रिलीज करता है और उसका रोल क्या है. और मेनली जस्ट सिंपल सिंपल तरीका इसको समझने का है, इज फ्रॉम सनराइज टू सनसेट. सो जैसे जैसे सन का लेवल ऊपर जाता है, वैसे वैसे आपकी बॉडी की मेटाबॉलिक हेल्थ अच्छी होती है. और जैसे जैसे वो डाउन होने लगता है, दैट्स व्हेन आवर बॉडी का जो डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम वो धीरे धीरे स्लो डाउन होता है, एंड द बॉडी हैज टू रिपेयर एंड रीबिल्ड इटसेल्फ. सो दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट यू नीड टू लर्न एंड अंडरस्टैंड. नाउ बिफोर सीइंग दिस थिंग, आई यूज्ड टू कम लेट नाइट, एंड घर में रूल होता था कि घर में आओ तो डिनर करो. सो कई बार ऐसा भी हुआ है कि मैं 1 1 2 2 बजे रात को भी घर आता था, एंड आई यूज्ड टू ईट माय फूड एट 1 a.m. 2 a.m. टाइम्स. And I know that how it was impacting my health versus now when I'm absolutely, I know that इसके positive benefits क्या है. So do now, you know, बहुत सारे लोग के दिमाग में सवाल आएगा, नहीं बट हम ऑफिस जाते हैं और रात का ही एक मील खाने का टाइम मिलता है. बिफोर दिस कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड, यू नो, बिफोर 1990s, लोग दोपहर को घर पे खाना खाने आते थे, और वो फैमिली टाइम होता था कि लाइक, आई मीन, आई स्टिल रिमेंबर व्हेन एज अ किड, माय डैड यूज्ड टू कम होम फॉर हिज लंच एंड देन ही वुड टेक अ शॉर्ट नैप एंड देन अगेन गो बैक टू ऑफिस. ऐसे होता था. तो समवेयर इन दिस pace of life, we have compromised on those things. So you know, dinner cannot be a family time because otherwise you will pay a good cost for this whole thing. So think इनोवेटिव वे दैट आप इसके ऑल्टरनेटिव्स क्या निकाल सकते हो. सो नाइट इज कंप्लीटली, यू शुड बी कॉशियस अबाउट व्हाट यू आर ईटिंग एंड व्हाट टाइम आर यू ईटिंग. Now, when to eat the food clock? Now, two aspect of food clock: type of food and time of food. So as now आप समझ ही चुके होंगे ये दोनों की importance क्या है. Now see, now type of the food with the body clock. So fats, protein, carbs in the morning time. It's very important because it is better utilized by your body versus fat, protein, and carbs evening time. It is not utilized by the body. So that's the importance of this nutrient. Now, is morning nutrition critical? Absolutely yes, because आप समझ ही चुके हैं कि जब रात को बॉडी रिपेयर करती है तो मॉर्निंग में द बॉडी नीड्स द राइट सेट ऑफ नरिशमेंट टू किक स्टार्ट द होल डे फंक्शन एंड एवरीथिंग. सो हेंस मॉर्निंग न्यूट्रिशन इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट मील ऑफ द डे. Day versus night comparison, there is a huge difference in your metabolic health, your gut bacteria, your insulin level, and your protein requirement in the body. So day versus night का अगर आप comparison देखेंगे तो it is very very obvious कि अगर आपका metabolic health when you get up in the morning it is low and gradually it picks up for the day. So उसको किक स्टार्ट करने के लिए, द मेटाबॉलिक हेल्थ को किक स्टार्ट करने के लिए, यू नीड द राइट सेट ऑफ नरिशमेंट राइट इन द मॉर्निंग वर्सेस people who skip breakfast. Your gut bacteria, your gut health is going to be absolutely good. आप देखिए जो भी लोग रात को हेवी लेट नाइट डिनर करते हैं, दे डोंट हैव अ वेरी गुड गट हेल्थ वर्सेस द पीपल हु हैव देयर अर्ली डिनर्स, proportionately they have got a better gut health. Your insulin level is improved, you know, because as I said, रात को अगर आप खाना खा रहे हो और बॉडी उसको डाइजेस्ट ही नहीं कर पा रहे, तो मॉर्निंग में जब आप अपना फास्टिंग शुगर लेवल देखोगे तो इट इज गोइंग टू बी हाई. वर्सेस नाउ यू आपने पूरा जो सर्काडियन रिदम है आपने उसी को पूरी चेंज कर दी, एंड देन प्रोटीन रिक्वायरमेंट is starting of the day, so which means almost 50% protein should be taken in breakfast, another 30% during the lunch time, and balance 20 more closer to the evening time, but 50% protein consumption should be done in the morning time. नाउ इससे होगा क्या? व्हेन यू डू दिस होगा क्या? हमारे गट में यू हैव गॉट गुड बैक्टीरिया एंड यू हैव गॉट सम नॉट गुड बैक्टीरिया. सो जो गुड बैक्टीरिया है, इट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर एवरीथिंग, योर ग्रेट हेल्थ, स्किन, योर हार्मोन्स, योर एवरीथिंग. आई मीन इट्स बीन कंट्रोल. बट विद बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रैक्टिसेस दैट वी फॉलो, द फूड दैट वी ईट, समवेयर द गुड बैक्टीरिया गेट्स कॉम्प्रोमाइज, और जो बैड बैक्टीरिया ये धीरे धीरे बढ़ने लगता है. And anything processed food that we eat, it is a food for the bad bacteria and it is not. But gradually क्या होता है, जब आप ये सारे practices फॉलो करने लगते हो, आपका जो गट माइक्रोबायोम है, जो गुड बैक्टीरिया है, वो इंक्रीज हो जाता है, वो ऑप्टिमम लेवल पे आता है, एंड यू विल सी दैट अ सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस ऑन योर हेल्थ. यू विल सी, व्हेन अ न्यू किड इज बॉर्न, जब आप उसका स्किन देखो, एब्सोल्युटली परफेक्ट, बिकॉज उसने चिप्स नहीं खाया होता, उसने वो सारे प्रोसेस फूड नहीं खाया होता है. अगर आप देखिए उसकी सर्काडियन रिदम भी सही होती है, उसका स्लीप, उठना, और वो सारी चीजें परफेक्ट होती है. एंड इफ यू सी द क्वालिटी ऑफ देयर हेल्थ, इवन इफ दे फॉल सिक, द प्रोबेबिलिटी दे रिकवरिंग फ्रॉम इट इज मच फास्टर कंपेयर टू अ पर्सन विच इज लाइक अ मिड एज पर्सन, राइट? सो ये गुड बैक्टीरिया का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है. आने वाले सेशंस में आप इसको जरूर देखोगे, दैट गट हेल्थ क्या होता है, और कैसे आप अपने किसी भी हेल्थ पैरामीटर्स को अंडर कंट्रोल रख सकते हो, just by focusing on your gut bacteria, gut health, right? So what is the physiology and the body clock? So right time wake up, right meal timing, automatically it improves your good bacteria and the great gut health. वर्स और जो स्लीप फ्लक्चुएशंस है, ब्रेकफास्ट स्किपिंग है, अगर आप देखेंगे तो ये आपके बैड बैक्टीरिया को इंक्रीज कर रहा है, एंड दैट ऑल्सो इम्पैक्ट करता है नेगेटिवली आपकी हेल्थ को. सो गट हेल्थ के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है व्हाट यू ईट, व्हेन यू स्लीप, because post covid, especially India में देखा गया है कि our sleep has become the second most critical thing after food that we eat, which uh, which is responsible for our health standards. So food, timing of food and our sleep, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट जो हमारे हेल्थ को आज इम्पैक्ट करते हैं. So why morning nutrition? Now, this is the most important thing. Why morning nutrition? Because morning when you get up, as I said earlier, also your metabolic health, your metabolic rate is at its lowest, which is roughly around 15%. And this needs to grow. Your protein, your body में जो प्रोटीन कंटेंट है मॉर्निंग में, वो नेगेटिव बैलेंस में है, बिकॉज रात भर बॉडी ने अपने आप को रिपेयर किया है. सो रिपेयर और मेंटेनेंस के लिए द प्रोटीन इन योर बॉडी इज नेगेटिव. नाउ इफ यू स्किप योर ब्रेकफास्ट or you don't take the right set of protein, now you imagine what impact it is going to have on your health. Your alteration in the gut bacteria, the good bacteria gets compromised and the bad bacteria is increasing, and this is what leads to a lot of other health related challenges. And your insulin sensitivity and your glucose tolerance level, ये भी अगर आप देखेंगे कि अगर आप मॉर्निंग न्यूट्रिशन पे फोकस नहीं कर रहे हो, तो ये भी बहुत स्ट्रांगली इम्पैक्ट होता है. Now, most of the people who are diabetic or pre-diabetic, are one bit of advice is just manage your food plate correctly and food timing correctly. And आप देखिए more than 50% of the battle will be won only through the small changes that you're going to make over here, right? So morning nutrition का हमारे health पे क्या benefit होता है? Now, when you take a regular intake of the breakfast, your body is in a healthy state, and regular skipping of the breakfast will lead you to a lot of health related issues, right? So shine. Now, what is shine? As we say, that start your day with every day with gratitude and optimism. Have your nutrition on time. So because I mean, आपने थोड़ा तो समझ ही गए होंगे कि why nutrition is the most important thing. And ये जो nutrition है, जब ये धीरे धीरे कम होने लगती है हमारे body से, this is what leads to most of the lifestyle diseases that we see, hear, or face. Right? Have a clear intention and visualize and set clear intention. What does it mean? Is to have a right health goal. You know, just praying to God कि हे भगवान बीमार नहीं पड़े is not enough. You need to do something about it. Otherwise, you will be caught up with that surprise element someday or the other. So just because you are not sick, that doesn't mean that you are on a right direction on your health standards. मुझे पहले ऐसा लगता था कि healthy का मतलब ये है कि अगर आप बीमार नहीं हो तो आप you are healthy. So later जब मैं ये सारी चीजें देखने लगा तब मुझे समझ में आया कि no, only Absence of disease is not means ki you're healthy. Do you have a clear-cut idea that how you're going to take charge of your health so that when you're 90, 95, 99, or probably 102 years old, you're absolutely fit and fine? So you need to you learn something new every day. And you know, आज भी I mean whenever we present this, और ये सारे कोई भी एक चीज जब रिपीट होती है और कोई चीज दोबारा से अफर्म हो जाती है, and you know, this is what helps you to make the right choices. Now the best part about this community is when you're a part of this whole circle, you know, ये चीजें अडाप्ट करना बहुत आसान हो जाता है, because we see from each other, we learn from each other, we we see others how people are improving their health standard just by using these practices. So when you're a part of this community, it helps you to make the right choices much easier. And exercise daily, as Farooq rightly said, it is, you can't avoid the sedentary lifestyle that we have, but we can definitely make the right choices so that you वो बोलते हैं ना, आपका भी घर तंदुरुस्त और आपको भी मेडिसिन फ्री, आपको भी मेडिसिन की कभी चिंता ना करनी पड़े. So that's from my side. Thank you very much. You've been a great audience. Over to Ruchita.
Thank you so much for that, Raj. It was amazingly explained, and I think we've all gotten a gist of how important it is to pay attention to what we're eating, when we are eating, and how we're eating, and how much of an impact it will make on our health. With that, since I do not see any hands raised, does anybody have a question? All right. So that's all for today. We'll see you in the next session, and keep posting. Yes, Basil. Please ask away.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry you'll see me all sweaty, but for the new people, I just want to give a little bit of my background and appreciate what Raj just said. So I'm out on my walks right now. I'm finishing my daily quota, and hence this sweat and stuff like that. So please excuse me, guys. But what Raj shared was absolutely true. And I promise you that even our mentor, Farooq Tarapur, will vouch for this. Being a natural health researcher, I just want to share a couple of points here. Raj talked about the value of the circadian rhythm. You guys must look up a gentleman. He's a doctor. He's an Indian doctor now practicing in California, if I'm not mistaken, for the last 40 odd years. In fact, he is a resident and, you know, stuff like that, an NRI kind of person. So this guy's name is Dr. Sachin Panda, and he has been researching the entire topic of the value of circadian rhythm. Now, when clinical research happens, they do research on mice. Now, mice have a totally opposite circadian rhythm to us. We are day living beings in the sense that we operate during the day. Mice are opposite. They get active during the night. But you know what? The value of circadian rhythm or the power of circadian rhythm comes through here so clearly. And this is what he says. He says they did a study. In fact, they've done lots of studies. One of the studies they did on mice was on the value of circadian rhythm. And this is what they did. So the mice eat at night. They get active and they eat at night. But we humans, we are supposed to eat during the day, right? So what they did was they gave two sets of mice. Now, the exciting thing about this is that both these mice, they're coming from the same genetics, okay? So group A and group B, they gave the same amount of food, 2,000 calories to, you know, both of them. But the group A was fed during the daytime and group B was fed during the nighttime. What do you think happened? What do you think happened? Group A developed all sorts of lifestyle issues. They develop tumors, they develop diabetes, they develop insulin resistance, all kinds of issues. Remember what was said, that mice are operating on an opposite level. In the sense, we humans, we need food during the day, but mice need during the night, right? So they develop tumors. So then, and the other group who was fed, you know, during the night, they remain absolutely fine. So then the researchers said that why don't we reverse the thing and see what happens? So the group A, which was fed during the morning, was now shifted, you know, during the night, and the night time was during the day. You know what happened? Group A, which had developed tumors, they regressed. Their insulin resistance finished off. They became healthy back again. And what do you think happened to the other mice? They developed all the chronic diseases. So when Raj was talking about, circadian rhythms, for the new people on here, do not take it lightly. It is the key. So if you combine, the food attributes that they talked about, the value of eating the right food at the right time and stuff like that, if you combine all of that with stop eating after sunset, do not eat anything. Because if you continue eating at, post sunset, you are increasing your cortisol levels and your circadian rhythm is just going off. And start maintaining an 16-8 ratio, which means that you eat for 60, you fast for 16 hours, and whatever you want to eat, you eat for within the 8-hour window. Aapka breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. And you will see miracles happen. I personally have been witness to cases of 4th stage cancers. That's right, 4th stage cancers. Pancreatic cancer is supposed to be a death sentence. And if you regress into 4th stage, it is an absolute, goodbye, sayonara kind of thing. Such people have reversed. Colon cancers, 3rd stage have reversed. Breast cancers, 2nd stage have reversed, right? What have we done? Exactly the same thing what Raj talked about. So for the new people on here, it was absolute valuable information that Raj, communicated. And I must exhort each and every one here, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep listening to it. Because remember what I said, becoming an expert in any subject is all a question of repeating the same thing over and over again. So when you keep coming back, you'll reinforce all the good habits, the right attributes, the right actions, and your life will start changing. I just wanted to put in my 2 bit because my life has changed considerably. I'm helping a lot of other people also regain their health. And it's the best feeling in the world when somebody comes back and says, hey, Basa, thank you so much. This 4th stage pancreatic guy, cancer guy, I can't tell you. The guy is over the moon. He was given just 15 days to live. He's still around and he is sticking to the right attributes. And it gives me so much solace that, man, we're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. So Raj, thank you so much. Ruchita, Farooq sir, everybody, thanks a lot. It's an absolute honor to be on this platform. Thanks a lot. Good night. Goodbye. Bye.
Thank you, Vasid. Thank you. Thanks for that input. With that, we come to an end to this session and we'll see you next Friday. Good night.